Well, this is quite awkward, but welcome to another KSP2 video after a long time. Hope you like my new launch cam idea, and I guess let's roll with it. So today we're gonna recreate Artemis 2, the upcoming mission from NASA that is gonna take place next year, hopefully. Meanwhile, we're already soaring into space with our SLS recreation. This is a stock vehicle, no mods were used whatsoever, so you can easily build it yourself. Although keep in mind the game still doesn't want to cooperate as per usual. I gotta come clean about something first though. Some of you may have seen the community post where I said I'm building the Artemis 3 mission in KSP2 and that will be released ASAP, and now I'm only giving it the Orion spacecraft that is designed to fly around the moon and come back. Well, honestly, I decided it would be beneficial to the mission to wait until for science update for KSP2 so that we can conduct actual science on the surface of the moon. Besides, you can currently see on your screen the Starship project became exponentially harder to control as time passed, making it near impossible to control. And speaking of control, notice how wobbly the top of the current stack is. It's something I had to push through to get to orbit, and therefore the flight profile was far from optimal. Either way, we are able to keep the vehicle on path to orbit. I just had to keep tapping the keyboard and basically keep the rocket at 45 degrees so it wouldn't lose control and do a backflip again. I know we all have some cues and I might have the A's you're looking for. First and foremost, where was I and when I was gone? Well, I managed to get one of my degrees. People who for whatever reason follow me on Twitter/X may have noticed I became a student again, this time in engineering, and I picked tech physics or experimental physics, that is basically a combination of theoretical physics, math and aerospace engineering. I'd say I'm currently doing okay education wise. I'm also waiting for the recruitment process to conclude at a government facility that I applied for 3 weeks ago and was invited for an interview. I'm also looking to become a pilot whenever finances and time allow. And that is basically a summary of my day-to-day life lately. What I also noticed is that I am even worse at doing commentaries than I was before. So let's talk about what's going on screen. The vehicle is still suborbital, so that we could lose the orange core and detach the Orion spacecraft, get it out of its protective casing, and deploy all the fairings and our solar panels. I guess the visuals aren't as bad as I first thought when thinking about this project. And there it is, a little glitch with orbits. That shouldn't be happening, but we are back to normal after restarting the game. We got into orbit before that happened, and so now we can plan our escape burn towards the moon. And let me tell you, it was a long one, and on top of that, I had to do it in 1x speed so that my delta V or the orbital line wouldn't glitch out. Right, back to aesthetics. I'd say I got the capsule and the service module pretty much on point. It's just the cryogenic stage that's kinda weird and short looking, but I decided to go with that as the design fits perfectly into the correctly scaled adapter. Also, try to guess in the comments what else has been modified to account for scale. First correct guess will get a heart. This burn takes absolutely ages, and I needed to keep checking the orbital path and the way it changes. So I took a break just now, a break from editing, and realized I could possibly land the Orion on the moon if I added some landing legs or something of that nature. Honestly though, I'd rather wait and do it the right way and use the lunar starship. Speaking of lunar, we are just done with the correction burn just now, and we're coasting towards Kerbin's natural satellite with the orbital line looking good so far. I kinda overdone the time warp. And yeah, our circularization burn wasn't the best, but I'm gonna roll with it. And just like that, we've established ourselves around the moon, ready to do some activities, although in a very limited capacity. Let's just time warp to the light side of the moon, so y'all can see better. I gotta admit, I enjoy the view of what essentially is a sunrise and a Kerbin rise, one after another. Let's bring Jebediah out on an EVA. Maybe perform a little aft inspection, check that bell, and of course the solar panels, the capsule, just to be sure it all functions properly before we continue on with the mission. And let's talk about the mission, the real one I mean, as Artemis 2 is approaching, and that aims to bring us some people back to the real moon's sphere of influence and return them safely, proving that indeed Orion is ready for Artemis 3. I am hopeful there will be no time delay on that, and I also hope SpaceX can deliver on the Lunar Starship project. And at this point I gotta ask you, the viewer, if you could change anything about the upcoming mission next year, what would it be, and if anything? Let me know down in the comments. I am deeply interested in what people think, and we could possibly discuss some details as well. It makes for fun interaction in my opinion. And as for Kerbal Space Program 2, we are about to disconnect the capsule from its service module and basically just time warp down till we encounter the atmosphere that is designed to slow us down from speeds nearing 3 to 100 meters per second, which I believe is a little over 11,000 kilometers per hour, so the re-entry is actually close to reality in Kerbal scale. I am for sure both happy and surprised with the SLS performance in this game. Some of you may know that I flown the exact replica, albeit modded, back in KSP1. That may have looked better and way more accurate, but this build here is all mine. If you wanna give it a go, the craft file is in the video description, just remember it is a bit wobbly. And oh, we made it back to Kerbin with me yapping in the background. And as we roll downhill and look at the views, I wanna thank you for watching and for your patience. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like or a dislike if you didn't, and see ya in the next one. Just a little pick-up opportunity here.